got the call in this Week 5 match.
All right, Larry, EA Florida. Today, we've got a good Week 5 matchup in store here between the Baltimore Ravens and the Miami Dolphins. This one taken just inside the 10. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. And they'll be led out by their quarterback now in his third season in the league. They'll come out in the pistol. And to give this time to the tailback. Oh, up and over. Give them 13 on the pickup there. And the Dolphins are going to get a first down.
It should go without saying that anytime you run the football well and gain a nice chunk of yardage, that means the offensive line did their job and did it really well. But let's give them a little more credit than that. Because all week long, offensive line meetings, they're going over adjustments, counters, when line shifts, all those things that go along with it. And yet, you still have to be physical. And that's what they did on the first play.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44. Time to feature the offensive starters and our first chance to get a look at Parker.
Devontae Parker came out of Louisville with a guy who was known as a mature receiver. Runs routes really well, but the best part of his game, he'll jump over you at the end of a route and go get the football.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And that'll make it 3rd and 13. So a look here at the key inactives, and we got this game down on the field. And they tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well, scouted free agents well, and stocked your team just the way you're supposed to.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. He got 29 yards that time. These guys told us, these guys being the coaches, they wanted to really stretch the field, get the ball down deep. They were able to do that here.
And you know when you stretch the field, you often leave guys in one-on-one situations, and that allows your better athletes to go up and get the football. I love the preparation that they put into this. They made it a priority, and they got what they expected.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
One of the beauties of a 3-4 defense is that you have flexibility with your linebackers, and you can put them in different spots. But one of the downsides is an offensive team that's committed to running the football, you can get your big offensive linemen up on linebackers quicker, and that usually gives you an advantage in running it.
And he's got his man on the out route. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves and sticks.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Here we go. Try 38.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. The starters now defensively for Baltimore.
Timmy Jernigan, play him over the nose, play him a defensive tackle, bounce him out to defensive end. Wherever you want to put him, Timmy Jernigan can play.
Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive.
Let's go. What? 90.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. So he loses 3 yards there. Now third down.
To me, that's a superior play by the backer because he was allowed to, I think, run free on it and make that play. His defensive linemen, they covered things down for him because offensive guys, the linemen, what they're trying to do, as you know, is block the guy to climb. You got a free hitter, and that's what we saw there, and a really nice play resulted for them.
Out of the gun now on third down. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Their dangerous wide receiver. His first touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins take it right down and score on the opening drive. And it was a tight window. He knew he had to rocket that thing in there. He got it done.
And when you're able to complete one like that, your confidence has to just go sky high. You just mentioned it. Tight window, zings it in there despite excellent coverage. Result, touchdown.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So here come the Ravens now, ready to get the football for the first time. They're led onto the field by a man who needs no introduction, Ben Roethlisberger.
An absolute prototype for what you draw up as a big, strong quarterback that has to stay in the pocket and make big throws with people all around him and even hanging on him, and still has that type of strength to get the ball downfield. Ben Roethlisberger, an absolute rock in the pocket, but he also can escape and make big plays that way as well.
Now the former Notre Damer, this is C.J. Prosise. A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
On second down, Roethlisberger. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
On first down, Prosise. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. And how about this wide receiving core, Charles?
Well, I was at the hotel watching a little film, and you popped your head in and said, these receivers are pretty good from what I can tell. You're exactly right. Can't wait to see them do their thing out on the field.
Second down following the run. Again, they run. Again, it's Procise. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd-and-2 situation.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. They'll hand it off to Procise. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
When the defensive line controls the offensive front the way we just saw there, it doesn't allow any of the offensive linemen to leak downfield and get to the linebackers and block them on the second level. You end up with the type of play we just saw. Linebackers didn't have to fight anyone off, didn't have to knock anyone to the side, didn't have to elude anyone trying to block them. They just saw the play, ran to the ball, and finished things off.
The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with it?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big play. To knock the ball away.
Let's go! Switch! Ohio! Switch!
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
Again, we'll see the pistol here. Now a play fake here on first down. Sliding out of the pocket. Will set up shop at their own 41-yard line.
And Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon. So that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting it. Intercepted.
And now here come the Ravens. And they'll be looking to avoid what happened last time, which is punting the football.
But when you look at how teams play the game, that complementary football comes into play. How do I take care of my defense? How do I take care of my offense? Well, the defense is taking care of them in a lot of ways. Now it's time for the offense to jump things up and help their defense out. Give them a little bit of rest.
Yeah, time for them to give them a rest. You took the words right out of my mouth.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Now Roethlisberger to throw on second down. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. C.J. Procise, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Ravens can take the lead now if they hit the extra point. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who is a complete guy, who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
Justin Tucker for the extra point. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. Hardly any time taken off the clock there. 2 plays, and they find the end zone for 6 points. This one taken from the 7. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So now here come the Dolphins. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see. Attack him here.
Here we go, Ohio! Ohio! Let's see.
They'll need to get the play off quickly. Play clock down to 2, and we get a signal. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. To throw now on 2nd and 10. Flushed out right. Open man is Uzama. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put up on the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40.
The goal of every offense is to move the chains, pick up first downs. A nice job finding an open receiver for a completion.
So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. Another pistol look here. And they'll run it here. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
And to give this time to the tailback. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
The insistence of speed at every position is really seen at the defensive end spot. These guys in the old days were often outside linebackers. They just pushed them forward because they wanted to play fast and get to the quarterback or the running backs quicker than ever before.
They're going to look to throw. And he finds a man on a crossing route. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15. That one goes for 24 yards.
We always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive.
Here we go.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw and play.
Slants are so tough to cover because everything happens so fast. But sometimes it happens too fast for the guy catching the ball because all of his movements have to be quick off the line of scrimmage, and then all of a sudden the ball's right on top of you. And maybe he got a little bit ahead of himself there.
And a lot of times coming in with good pace, and he dropped it. Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. It's a gain of 7, and that's going to bring up a third down.
And we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3.
Here we go. Ryan 38. Ryan 38.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He can run for touchdown, Miami.
That was not a designed run. It was supposed to be a pass, but it turned into an exceptional run. What a scramble for a touchdown.
Extra point attempt to follow here. And he atones for his miss the first time around, as this one is up and good to extend their lead. A good drive. Time as they go 9 plays in all. And it winds up in 6 points for the Dolphins. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And back onto the field, here comes the Dolphins defense. And in a tight ball game like this, the defense looking for a stop. You kind of, whether you're the offense or the defense, you don't want to be the one to screw this thing up.
No, not at all. And right now, you've got to figure that the offense is thinking to themselves, if you just get us the ball, we'll make things happen for you. Just help us out a little bit. And that's what the defense has to have in mind as they trot out here for this series.
Yeah, right now, the offense on the sideline. Can the defense do it? And let's run through the Dolphins defense.
And Ndamukong Suh provokes a whole lot of conversation. But at the end, everyone agrees, one of the best defensive tackles in the NFL.
Right back to Procise. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. So they run it on 2nd down. Now let's see what 3rd down brings here for the offense. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've hit the end of quarter 1. It's a close game here early on. EA Sports NFL Sunday returns following this. Second quarter now. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis with you. It's the Ravens who have the football. They've got a 3rd down and 5 to start things out. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Roethlisberger. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
Spinning past him. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and it'll be Dolphin football. Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. He's thrown for a touchdown. He also ran for a touchdown, so they have to count for a guy that can do a little bit of both.
And because of that, that puts a defense back on its heels. Because normally you just think, okay, he's going to throw the ball. Let's tee off, put a little extra pressure on him. But when he's able to either escape or run with the ball and design plays, that really changes what you try and do on defense.
Yeah, you certainly can't forget about the arm, that's for sure. A little bit of ground to make up for the offense as they face a 2nd and 11.
All right, partner, despite my eating habits, I'm not big enough to play offensive tackle, nor am I quick enough. But with the defensive ends nowadays and their speed, those guys have to be able to punch and dance, and it's a tough, tough job to contain them.
They give them 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. A little tough on the secondary there, in zone defensively. Quarterback had time to survey and find a spot.
And if you want to change things up and put a little more pressure on him, you can go to man coverage. Everyone matches up and send more pressure. But you can also do it out of zone coverage if you're worried about what's going to happen on your back end. Send someone else, drop someone else out of the line. The old zone blitz could come into play to try and get that pressure on the quarterback.
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he'll get across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First level defensive line, second level linebackers, third level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first level run, and it was stopped by a second level player.
He'll drop to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move them all over the place to try and find good matchups, and they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
So on 4th down, the Dolphins will ask Matt Darr to kick it away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. The Ravens offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Sammy Coates has it complete. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Sammy Coates. Now if they hit the extra point.
Partner, you know what the real key is to stopping a good passing attack?
You tell me.
Being able to tackle as soon as a guy catches the football.
Didn't work out there.
No, because when you give up the big run after catch, the rack yardage, that puts your defense in a big-time stressful position.
A lot of rack yardage and a touchdown there on the big play. Now Tucker to add the PAT. And his kick is right through. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. And the Dolphins getting set to go here. And last time out they had to punt the football away. Anything positive possibly to take from that?
There always is when you're punting the football away. It doesn't sound like it because you're giving it up. But you've avoided a mistake.
At least you didn't turn it over.
You didn't turn it over. Right? You're giving your defense a chance because you're punting the ball away, and they're set to go on the field as opposed to sudden change after a turnover. And wow, now we got to go out there and stop people. So, yeah, there's always something positive to be gained from it.
Second down now after the pass completion.
Come on, let's go. Boys, 9,
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Here we go. Red 38. Red 38.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Timmy Jernigan, the Florida State man, in on the stop. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
Here we go. Red 38. Red 38.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that's caught at the 25. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. C.J. Uzomah, his first touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins are going to jump back in front. And I think I saw that right. You tell me if I'm wrong. That was just a fly route, just to go. He went.
Sometimes speed, just pure speed, is going to win. I don't care how athletic you are on the other side of the ball. When a guy's that fast and he can just take off, if the quarterback has time to throw the ball and release it when he wants to, that's the end result. Nothing you could do about that. He was just a better athlete on that play.
He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it ends with a touchdown for the Dolphins. Is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Here comes the Dolphins defensive unit now. They were picked apart really on that last drive through the air. Now 2 touchdowns against some of the passing variety here in this first half.
And momentum totally going against them right now. One way to shift it, a big sack, or some sort of a takeaway. They've got to find a way to get back in balance in this game because right now they're under siege.
Yeah, they're a little bit shaken. Calling a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Well, so far this game has gone the way the defensive coordinator had hoped. They've dictated things. They've not let them run the ball very well at all. They gave up a nice game there. I doubt it'll back off their confidence. They've played so well throughout this entire game.
A 2nd down carry for Procise. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. C.J. Procise with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Ravens can take the lead now if they hit the extra point. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Tucker now for the extra point. And it's up and good. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they've got something going, and they feel like they can attack again and put more points on the board.
Are you scoreboard watching if you're the offense, or are you just focused on this drive?
We wouldn't be telling the truth if we said that they didn't scoreboard watch. Everyone does it to some extent, but you've got to set it aside right now and just focus on this series. That'll take care of the scoreboard if they punch it into the end zone.
They'll set up a throw. Flush to his right. Going to throw right side here. Complete. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. A little risky there when you roll out of that pocket right like he did. You complete the pass, but you don't get anything out of it.
But how many times have we seen when a quarterback exits out of the pocket, doesn't matter whether they go left or right, the defense loses its leverage, right? There's a little chaos back there, and receivers come open. Great discipline on that play. They didn't let that happen and held it to no gain. But so much for him being bottled up throughout the day. Finally finds a way to break through and get a really nice gain. The defense had felt great about what they had going. Now they've got to turn their attention to getting it back in that direction. Can they bottle him up again? Because I'd say after that run, confidence is pretty high for him.
Come on, let's go.
They'll look to throw now on first down. That's caught by his tight end, Uzama. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. They'll get 17 yards there. And the Dolphins have a first down.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. How can you get much more balance than this? Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
To throw now on second down. Second down to the offense in search of 6 yards.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down?
Tough day. Tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And some space here. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Just looking at it from a defensive perspective, when you break the huddle in the red zone, tight end is one of the guys you've got to key on because quarterbacks want the ball in their hands fast in this position, and they want to get it to someone. And in this case, he had the play. They just didn't complete it.
And over the middle, this is Parker. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's first and goal. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
Looking to throw. That's caught at the 2. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Their big tight end end. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Dolphins are once again going to retake the lead. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. No going for two. They'll kick the point after. And that'll make this a 6-point game. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it winds up in 6 points for the Dolphins. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And now the rookie's free. He's at the 30, 10, and all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Their dangerous wide receiver, 93 yards. And the Ravens can take the lead now if they hit the extra point. It's been a back-and-forth game, a lot of points on the board, and that return right there kind of indicative of how this thing's gone.
Well, you've seen both teams go at it, and as you just pointed out, both of them have found the end zone. But just like in boxing, you know the blow that hurts the most? The one you didn't see coming, and that often is the case when it comes in special teams.
Tucker now to add the point after. And this one through the uprights and good. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. That'll be taken in the end zone. And last year that would have been a net gain of 5 on the return. This year he stopped where he would have been if he had taken a knee, and that's at the 25. Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here. And they're going to need another score. Got one last time, but still down here.
When you're playing catch-up, every possession becomes crucial, doesn't it? It's vital. Get back out on the field, punch in the end zone again. They know it's not easy, but when they do have going for them, they did score the last time. They think they've got a good formula working.
And what about the defense?
Well, now you're just saying to yourself, okay, we gave up a score last time. What adjustments do we need to make to slow them down now and get the ball back for our own offense? Is it more pressure? Is it more zone? What do they have to do? They're trying to figure that out themselves.
We'll see if they can figure that out right here. Quick hitter here. It's complete. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And some room to work. There he goes left side. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. A big play there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Dolphins are once again going to retake the lead.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
Point after here coming up. And that'll make this a 6-point game. So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays. And it ends with a touchdown for the Dolphins. This will be fielded at the 6. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Getting set to go again, Ben Roethlisberger heading back out there. You know, normally he's probably happy with how he's playing. He's playing pretty well, but in the second quarter, you look up your team's losing. I don't think any quarterback's satisfied.
Not at all. And what they're really seeking is, how do I play even better and inspire my teammates to do exactly the same in order for us to get back on top on the scoreboard. That's when you find out you have a quarterback. If they're just satisfied with their stat line,
they're not really a leader.
Not at all. You just have a guy playing the position.
So 2 minutes to go in a wild first half. We'll come back to Miami after this. A reminder coming up here at halftime. We'll ship you off to Orlando. Larry Ridley will have first half highlights and analysis.
LR, plenty to show in this one.
Going to be a busy man at intermission. Over the middle here to Coates. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. On first down, it's Roethlisberger. And a quick throw here, that's complete. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Now Roethlisberger to throw on second down. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. So the offense has it 1st and 10. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit. But get him out in the open field into some space.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Again, it's Roethlisberger. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger surveying the field. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. The wise move there, looked like nobody open, now second down. They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire game, then his pass defense is going to be excellent. You're dropping 8. Where are you going to go with the football?
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than 1 tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
On 3rd and 1, it's Roethlisberger. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. And now they're in the hurry-up. Throwing now, Roethlisberger on 2nd down.
After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
And this seemingly endless drive continues. Second and 10 now. It's Roethlisberger. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. An extra defensive back in the game now here for 3rd and 4. To throw again is Roethlisberger. That's caught at the 3. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Their big tight end with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Ravens can take the lead now if they hit the extra point.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. So now this to get themselves a lead here heading into the break. And he knocks it through. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half.
Here we go.
And they'll go on the ground. And he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And he brings it back. Can you believe it? An offensive disaster on the final play of the first half.
They just had to hold on to the ball.
Huge play for the defense. What a turn of events. They get the fumble return for a touchdown. The last play of the first half.
And how about the defense providing a score, amping up not just themselves, but the entire team as they head into the locker room.
And does that change the locker room speech at half?
There shouldn't be much of a speech necessary now. They've got things going their way.
Now Tucker to add the PAT. And with that, the lead is up to 8. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath. In Orlando, he's standing by with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry?
Thanks, Brandon, and welcome to the EA Halftime Report. I'm Larry Ridley. Let's take a look back at the first half. The Dolphins really played well last week, but that hasn't always been the case today. The Ravens have done a good job upsetting their rhythm, and that shows on the scoreboard. All right, let's take a look at some of the highlights from the first half. 3rd and long, the connection will be made from the gun, and he'd cap off the 9-play drive with a TD. Dolphins on top by 6. Offense out now following the INT. Process the target here, and it leads to a touchdown. Ravens go up by 1. 3rd down from inside the 10. He'll take this one off the right edge, and he'll end up sprinting into the end zone. The Dolphins on top by 6. 1st and 10. The pass will be completed into coverage, and he's going to go 80 yards for the score. They go ahead by 1. Midway through the second quarter, here the pass would be completed into coverage, and he'll take this all the way for a touchdown. The lead now at 6. Ravens on offense midway through the second. Process is going to stay inside after the handoff, and he'll go in for a score. Dolphins set up for the kickoff. The return is going to start from the 6, and he'll win the sprint to the end zone. They go up by 1. Dolphins now late in the second. He'll take the run up the middle, and he's going for the 55-yard touchdown. Dolphins go up by 6. Still late in the first half. Here we'll get a fumble on the run. Ravens will pick up the loose football and score as both offenses continue to rule the day. For us here at EA Sports Studios, let's get back out to Brandon and Charles for the call of the second half. Brandon.
So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else. Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Across the 30 to the 31-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
Yeah, let me pump out my chest a little bit. Even though I'm not rooting for either team, that was a really nice defensive play. It's awfully fun to watch, even in an offensive game.
The Ravens send their punter out now as he'll come on to kick this one away. And now a high kick trying to pin him back. That'll go in the books as just a 16-yard punt. And the Dolphins will begin this drive in great field position, 1st and 10. And the Ravens defense, they get ready, and they trot back out onto the field.
Here we go.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Just a couple there on the 2nd down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Let's go.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down.
Let's go.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Being chased out left. He's going to go up top for the end zone. Devontae Parker was the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down.
Tremendous field position there and a perfect time to do exactly what they did. Take a shot at the end zone. And they went for the big play, just unable to complete it.
They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on 3rd down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And it's caught by Parker. A gain of 13 and also a 1st down. So with the yardage on that completion, he's now right at exactly 300 yards on the game.
And isn't that the magic number you get? All right, 300. That means it's going to go on a football to put on your mantle when they give you the game ball if your team wins. So much confidence flowing through them right now throwing the football. I think it's permeated itself throughout the entire team. They feel good about what they're doing. Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. A solid pickup at 13 sets him up first and goal.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly.
And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. A great play there. His second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Dolphins are a two-point conversion away from tying this football game. He's having a nice little game. Maybe already has an eye on that third touchdown.
And how about what our producer, Christian McLeod, likes to say when they've scored touchdowns like this? He's put a tent up in Touchdown City.
And they'll get set here looking for the two-point conversion. They'll try and throw for it. That's caught. And he'll get into the end zone, and those 2 points are going to tie the game. Still time to work with on the clock. Tie now, and they got it.
And I love their aggressiveness. Go ahead and get it done, get the game tied. Now your team has the momentum, and you're staring across the field saying, let's see if you can match us.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Raven offense now, ready for another possession. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it, and it took the ball off course. Second down following the incompletion.
The bell that many times and put the ball in the end zone throwing it. You had to figure they had to bring some type of pressure. They had to change things up on defense.
And able to get to him, put him on the ground, so maybe just something to throw him off a little bit.
Yeah, that had to feel a lot better for the defensive guys. They've been getting carved up in this one. To finally knock him on the ground and force an incompletion, that's got to be a sigh of relief.
Two receivers left, one to the right. On third down, Roethlisberger. He finds Coates complete. Now the ball comes loose, and they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you grip it so tight, sometimes it'll slip out from your body. You squeeze it too hard, and it'll pop out on its own. I've actually had running backs talk to me about that when they've tried too hard, even in perfect conditions, the ball gets away from them. They've got to find that good balance, carrying it firmly, yet at the same time under control.
They go play action here on first down. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that'll make it a second down.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it. He's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
I don't care what the emphasis is in the NFL at any given time. Every defense is still going to say their #1 goal every game is stop the run. And right now, they're not doing that, and that really chips away at your confidence.
Let's go!
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
And this will be a long field goal if the skies were clear. But here in the rain and the elements, they'll go for it on 4th. They'll give it to him right up the gut. Call it a 3-yard gain, and they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down.
One of the hallmarks of their success this year, they've been fearless on 4th down. And they convert another one right here to move the chains.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10.
3 down. Let's go! Brad 38! Brad 38!
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll be taken down just shy of the red zone at the 21. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here.
Not an ideal spot to be on 1st down, but I love that the play caller did not immediately abandon the running game and say, okay, we've got to throw it in order to pick it up. Stayed with the run, was rewarded with a big-time pickup. Now they're in 2nd and manageable.
Here we go! What? 90!
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line.
They got completion there. That's clearly an example of one side happy, the other side not very happy. Defense, very, hey, take 1 or 2 yards. We're good with that. Offense, you got to expect to get more on a passing play.
Fresh set of downs here.
Come on, let's go! Brad 38! Brad 38!
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I got to get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion, and both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal.
Really good, skillful, tough running throughout this contest. Picked up 1st down after 1st down. He's got to have a nickname, doesn't he? How about the human 1st down machine? I think that fits.
So the run gets them the 1st, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs. They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
All defenders get tired of hearing about their lack of hands and why they're playing defense instead of offense. But in this situation, it was the hands that made the play. Batting the ball away on an attempted touchdown pass. Excellent job. Way to knock it down.
So 2nd and goal here from the 9. And to give this time to the tailback. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to 3rd and goal. So this is the 2nd consecutive week, as you look at the numbers, that he just doesn't seem to have the same pop as we normally see him with.
Is there an injury we don't know about?
That's what I'm wondering.
Because that's a legitimate question right now. We're used to speed, power, all coming together. And what I've always loved about him is his vision. You know, last week he didn't have that as well. Always thought he was picking the wrong.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So a little grabbing there, but this time it goes against the offense for holding. Long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field. An extra defensive back on the field here for 3rd and goal. They'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. And avoids the contact by sliding. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be 4th down.
Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up a 1st down, but he does gain additional yardage to set up a possible field goal attempt if they decide to go that route.
And, Charles, they get the field goal. Took him a dozen plays, though.
Work with me on this one. You know what I'm about to say, right? Bend but don't break. That's what came into play here for the defense. 12 plays were run at them. They only gave up 3 points in a lot of ways. That's a win for the defense.
The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal? And they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive. A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punching the end zone without turning it over.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
I don't know about you, partner, but I'm rubbing my eyes after that play. Did we just see that runner not get yardage? A big-time play by the defense. It does happen occasionally, even against the best running backs who are having big days.
So here we go now. An extra defensive back in there on 3rd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. It'll be a gain of 5, and the punt team will now come out on 4th down.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. They'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
And now a high kick here as they'll try to cover this one. And this will be down just on the other side of midfield. And now we get a look at the captain of this offense heading back out there now. So, Charles, there are the numbers. What's happened here? Defensive adjustments that's caused him to sort of fall off a bit?
I think so. That has to happen. You've got to make some changes because in the first half, they were pretty effective. But the second part is sometimes when you're doing really well, you get off your game a little bit. You get off the gas a little. You're like, okay, we've got this thing. And that's not necessarily the case. Maybe right now, someone just needs to tell a joke in the huddle, loosen things up, and get their big guy going again.
They come up in an offset eye.
Come on, let's go. Red 38.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to be met at about the 43. Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard.
Well, partner, they've been running it well the entire game, and the big guys up front, they're a huge reason why. And now they're reaping the benefits as they continue to open up big holes and gain nice yardage.
So 2nd down was a run play. Now let's see what they do on 3rd.
Here we go. Red 38. Red 38.
On play action, they'll throw. And he will find his man on the outside. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
Now they try the right side here. And a cut to the sideline. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
And the offense lining up 1st and 10.
Let's go. White, 90. White, 90.
Three quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Miami. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. First down, he'll drop to throw it. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. The tight end, C.J. Uzomah, the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he sensed being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up to the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. That's complete right around the 8. And he gets the 1st down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6.
And that pickup of a 1st down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
That's so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or a takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
Let's go. Grand 38. Grand 38.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. And he will score. Touchdown, Miami. It's their quarterback. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Dolphins are able to grow their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Now for the point after. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it winds up in 6 points for the Dolphins. The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. Fights off another.
I think the second tackler would have learned from the first.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect.
Well, I guess we just discovered that someone is certainly not going to sit back and just take it in this game, huh?
No, they were trying to get that touchdown back in one shot.
One shot, trying to help out his defense and let the other team know they were coming after him.
And on 2nd and 10 now. Second and 10 now. It's now bad hit, and he lost the football. It's loose.
Plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. He finds Coates complete. And he's brought down after a good gain. And that goes as a gain of 37 on 3rd down. And in a two-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
From midfield now, here's Roethlisberger. Out to the flat, that's complete to his running back. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 4 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
I'm going to show my age here a little bit. We used to talk about running backs catching the ball as safety valves. Nowadays, they're a big part of the passing offense.
Quit acting like you're so old. You're only 65. Here's Roethlisberger. He's got time. Great protection. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
On the handoff, this is Procise. Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13. Andre Branch in on the stop.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. C.J. Procise with touchdown number 3 in the game and 6 on the year. And the Ravens have cut it to within a score. So he's in for his 3rd score of the game, and defense probably saying, man, we don't want to see this guy for a long time.
It's bad enough when anyone scores a touchdown against you, but for one person to get 3, it almost sets him apart from the rest of the game, and no one likes to see any of those players on a pedestal, not from the defensive point of view.
And the lead is down to a field goal now. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it's capped off by the Baltimore score. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. And out come the Dolphins now. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. Do you think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn into a play action, and throw one deep. We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave him with a 3rd down and 6 to go. And in this situation with a lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop him here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line. It's interesting because when I'm watching college football and I'm evaluating guys for the draft now, my list of fullbacks, pure fullbacks, it's a very short list. I'm probably evaluating more punters and kickers now than I am fullbacks. But it doesn't matter what you call the position. It's who you put there, and there we saw completion.
And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29.
Wow. That one took some guts. If this doesn't work, you're handing them incredible field position, but this head coach is undaunted, and he makes the call to go for it, and I'll be darned if they don't get the first down.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. Time running out here on the play clock. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
So, Brandon, when this offense gathers together to watch tape for this game, they're going to be feeling pretty good about themselves until the coaches get upset about the play we just saw. But you know their defense is going to be. But we put up big points all game long. The defense is going to win one every now and then.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Play clock winding down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
First down and 10 now for the offensive group. And the play clock's running down. They'll look to throw now on first down. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he's brought down. It's a gain of 17 that time. And it's first down, Miami.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
Here we go. 1, 9.
Now a handoff looking right. Fighting him off.
Just ran right through the trash.
No gain on the play there. Second down. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
And to give this time to the tailback. And some room to roam now. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. A great effort there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Dolphins add on to their lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run. And one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit. But for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
So now a big play here as the Dolphins will go for the 2.
Let's go.
They'll try and throw for it. And he's got it. So the 2-point conversion is good, and they add on to their 4th quarter lead. And around the goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Let's put our attention here now on the Dolphins defense. Last drive, touchdown surrendered. Here, see if they can stop them.
It's always a constant battle of letting the last series go, good or bad, but especially bad. Give up a touchdown. Okay, forget the finger pointing, forget the blame. Go back out and play the defense you know you're capable of and help your team out.
And probably look to the leaders, as always.
As always. They're going to be the ones going to grab some people and say, all right, let's do this thing.
On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. Caught left side, Gilmore. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
Now Roethlisberger to throw on 2nd down. And they get to him with the pressure as Roethlisberger goes down.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there. Partner, how many times have you heard it? Pressure creates diamonds, right? But it also bursts pipes. And on that one, that's what they got. They got after him, and he was fortunate just to get rid of it.
Yeah, he just had to chuck it away. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Here we go. It's Roethlisberger on 4th down. He's got time in the pocket. He's going to float this one. That's caught inside the 20. An unbelievable play there on 4th and long. 56 yards. So here we go, 1st and 10 now.
And they pick up the first down on a 4th down. Play. I don't know if the defense relaxed because they thought maybe they'd stopped them on 3rd down, or if they just didn't protect the sticks very well, but boy, that's a big-time pickup right there.
Can't find anyone open. Going right side here, and that's complete. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential, but when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now, he's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
Ben to throw again. This will be caught at about the 6. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Crockett Gilmore, his first touchdown on the year. And the Ravens draw a bit closer.
And that's just another in a long line of passing touchdowns for him today. To say that he's been on fire would definitely be an understatement.
Now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come. Roethlisberger looking to throw. And this is caught. They got it. And that could be an important 2 points. It gets them back within a field goal. I guess the coach looked at the 2-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a 3-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a 2-point conversion, and now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And the Dolphins offense now ready to go back out on the field. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass. Defense.
And everything's working. That means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action, and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. And the offense here just looking to stay in bounds, complete the short passes, and put this game on ice. They'll need to get the play off quickly. Now back to throw. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field that's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion as we just saw there, that's winning football.
His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Just a net of 34 there following a punt of 44 yards. And the Ravens, they'll take over. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they want to put together. But they've got to keep it moving in the right direction because, as you did note, they are down on the scoreboard.
The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On second down, here's Roethlisberger. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. 7 yards on the play, and that'll bring up a third down. And quickly, they get to the line. Back to throw. And this is caught on the sideline. But no, they'll say out of bounds. He caught it but was not in bounds, incomplete. A third down, he tried to stay in bounds, did all he could. He caught it, but was led a little bit too far.
Yeah, and that's always difficult, isn't it? Because you know half of your body is trying to stay behind while the other half is reaching out, trying to catch the football. The top half worked. It was the bottom half that was in question.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
Partner, they're less than 2 minutes to go in the game, which means that this challenge was initiated by the fellows in New York.
And if you're the coach, you're thinking, thank you, New York. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. They have the 3-point lead. Defense did their job. Now, late game, although it looks good, you know the coaches, they haven't counted this as a victory yet.
I agree with you totally. Big applause for the defense, but no one is taking their headset off on the sidelines. They don't believe this game is over.
And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
Let's go. 1,
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll get... And now the Ravens are going to take another timeout. That'll be their second, so one more chance to stop the clock here. And we'll be back. So the offense needing 4 yards. It's third down.
Let's go.
They're going to look to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Now hang on here. Timeout called. Timeout called by the defense. That'll be their third. And final stoppage here as we step aside. And they will take a knee here. Victory very likely now for the Dolphins as they take a knee here. And defensively, Baltimore's in a dime look here on third. Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game. But these two teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slop.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time? Are you one of those guys that's skeptical about it, or did you trust it?
But when I saw just a big blob of green on the radar, I said, okay, let's trust.
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad you took my advice. Got your notes laminated, because, you know, open-air booth, that rain can affect us as well, although not as much as the guys on the field. But let's face it, it's kind of fun to watch these types of games, isn't it?
It is. By the way, how impressive is it that you travel with a laminator? I didn't even know there was a portable laminator.
The things that you learn.
Golly, wise beyond his years. So for Miami, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1. And they'll get to stay home again next week as the San Diego Chargers come to town. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to Houston to take on the Texans. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Dolphins are winners here as we say so long from South Florida.